Hello, Fee Jamieson-Folland, and I am beaming in from the sunbeams here in the South Island in New Zealand, absolutely lapping it up in the last of the summer. And summer in New Zealand anyway, before we move on to the next posse, which is where we'll be when I actually get to connect with you on this week's Alive with Fee. But in the meantime, I'm recording this beforehand so I can share these moments with you from this very beautiful place in the world. So today, when it comes to productivity, and this week, when it comes to our productivity, it's all about letting go to grow. So one of the things that I've found has been my challenge over time, especially in the area of productivity and getting results, getting things done, has been how I've been a bit of a stick in the mud with the habits of the ways that I've always done things. And I used to kind of have this thing that because I'd already always done it that way, then that was the way to do it. And it's really fascinating because if I'd thought that one through and realised that actually if I'm getting the results that I'm getting, that's happening through what I'm doing. And if I keep doing the same thing, I'm going to get the same results. So it actually took reading some books several times and working with several mentors before it started to get through that I needed to be open to being willing to shift my habits. And you think, oh, we'll just change a habit. The challenge with that is that it takes a couple of main steps, well, 3 main steps. First thing is spotting it, or having someone in our lives who we trust enough to have the bravery to say that. And if it's a mentor, great, that's part of what their role is in our lives. For us to accept it, to realize it. The next thing is to dismantle the habits that is in place, and the next step is to rebuild healthy habits that are serving us. Well, any habit can have a benefit depending on how it's been used. I believe within reason. And so, yeah, that was the biggest thing, one of the biggest things for me. And one of the things that popped up in that, in terms of what I needed to dismantle, was the need to do certain things myself. And it's interesting because I've got one happening at the moment, which is around writing and the need to do every bit of it myself. And Chris has been introducing me to the idea of actually having help from people who this is what they do. And so I'm kind of on that journey at the moment with that, in a way to be able to express myself that's effective and, to get the message through in the best way possible. And so some of that is me being willing to let go. And, it's a little bit like an insect gets to a certain point where it gets a certain size, and then it literally needs to split through its outer skin and go through something called ecdysis. And I can imagine that's not necessarily pleasant and comfortable. But until it does that, it literally then it needs to shed its outer skeleton and then start to grow a new one so it can grow to the next size. And that's the way that I see this with our productivity, really being able to let go of the old to be able to grow into the new. So I'm curious to hear, I always am, as you know, in what way can you relate to this? Is there, when it comes to your growth and your ability to get things done and to be more effective, are there things that you've needed to let go of and replace with new ways of thinking, new habits? Or it might just simply be that this is a place that kind of makes sense that you've not gone yet. Again, I'm curious to hear from you. I love it. It makes my day, makes my week to hear from you. And in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you on this week's Alive with Fee. Ciao for now.